Back here at John Walker Soccer Complex on the campus of Texas Tech University. Perfect night. I mean, it is beautiful here, and it is 1-0 Red Raiders at the break. And now it's time for the College All Access Report, and it is brought to you by Mattress Firm.
We really controlled the pace in the first half. What are you going to do in the second half to kind of continue controlling the pace?
Well, I think it's all about tempo, right? And they're certainly fresh, and they came after us at times, and we had to kind of weather some of that, and we needed to calm down. Sometimes we play too fast. We need to slow down and try to break them down instead of rushing it. So I think if we can just gauge our tempo and know when to go fast and when to slow it down, we'll be in better shape to create more chances to score.
Jade King, who scored 4 goals this year so far. What are you going to do in the second half to kind of get her going a little bit in the second half?
Well, you know, part of it is Jade's good at running in behind, and when she does, she stretches that defense, and then they play a little deeper, and then she can come underneath. So far, I don't think we've seen that whole thing run its course yet. She's been underneath the whole time. So we're going to have to get her running in behind a little bit, stretch them out, and I think she'll get more touches in dangerous places.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
Thank you, Matt Micah and Coach Tom Stone for that breakdown of the first half. As the Red Raiders again are on top, 1-0. And let's go to our halftime highlights. Let's begin with the Red Raiders.
Unreal Cassie Hyatt looking for a cross probably right there, but it just floats right into the back of the net. Very hard for Oregon State keeper Bridget Skiba to stop that one. Then Kirsten Davis gets the shot, and Allie Griffin trying to follow it up, but unable. Kirsten Davis again, but right into the keeper's hands.
Just not enough heat on those, but still good tries, keeping pressure on the Oregon State defense as we have, again, a 1-0 Texas Tech advantage. I'm sorry, I got really excited on that goal from Hyatt because I know how hard that is to carve it in as we go back to the Oregon State side and Texas Tech on defense.
Weiner trying to make something happen. She gets the shot off, but Zucchetto's able to get the shot easily. Then building from the back here, but Brooke Denisick just comes in and just reads that pass and able to stop. And then Demi came in. She was buzzing around doing what she could do. Gets a great pass off to Kirsten Davis just right in her line.
Yeah, the Red Raiders just did a great job defensively, and we've seen that all year. That has been the constant. Zucchetto coming into this match, 6 matches, just 8 saves and only a couple goals allowed. Those are your halftime highlights, and we're coming back for more right here at John Walker Soccer Complex. Tech leads Oregon State 1-0. You're watching Texas Tech TV on Fox.
Where's Gary?
Saved money on motorcycle insurance with Geico. Going up the country. Later, Gary.
I have a motorcycle. Wonderful.
Geico Motorcycle. Great rates for great rides.
Red Raiders lead 1-0 here at half in this Big 12, Pac-12 showdown. Tech looking to stay in the top 25 and move to 6-1. Oregon State still with an opportunity despite these stats, Bailey. And when I look at this again, the Red Raiders, by these numbers, I see Tech domination. What do you see?
Tech is dominating offensively like they do every game pretty much. 8 shots, 3 of those coming from Kirsten Davis alone. They should probably have one more goal than they do. It should be a 2-0 game, but it's 1-0. That means Oregon State has defensively been doing their best. They've been very sound. They've moved the ball well. Weinert had a few chances, but nothing super severe.
Tech with the 2 offsides to Oregon State's 0. And I think we've got to give Bridget Skiba some credit. She has been under fire and taken everything but that one goal that sliced by her. But I give her some credit in that first half.
And that goal, just like you said, a slice that she was probably never going to get to. A little luck on Cassie Hyatt's end. She was probably going for the cross, but how it was struck and sliced in, it just ended up being a beautiful goal.
Red Raiders leading 1-0 as they got that goal from Cassie Hyatt. And in the locker room, what's this time like right here? Is it more rest? Do you get to tune out? Or do you have to listen to the coach? What's going on inside those walls?
I think it's a little different for each team. For Texas Tech, Tom Stone's telling them to keep doing what they're doing. Put the pressure on offensively, but be very sound defensively. For Oregon State, it will be interesting to see how they come out, because you want to get numbers forward. You want to get more opportunities offensively, and that's what they need to do if they want to get back in this game.
They've got an opportunity there, right there. The Red Raiders, though, want to close it out. We'll have the second half coming up here in just a moment, live from beautiful Lubbock, Texas, on Texas Tech TV on Fox.
This Texas Tech TV broadcast on Fox Sports is presented by the Red Raider Club. Give today. Visit us online at redraiderclub.com.
Hey, join us for our next broadcast Sunday, September 23rd, as the Red Raiders take on the Iowa State Cyclones. Broadcast coverage begins at noon. Red Raiders soccer right here on Texas Tech TV on Fox, and it'll be fun with Iowa State. Speaking of the Cyclones, they've got Milwaukee next week. They're at New Mexico State, Oklahoma. We talked about West Virginia, Kansas 5-0-2, TCU 5-0-1, Texas 4-0-1. This league is loaded. How does Texas Tech navigate through all that?
Well,
Can they?
Yes, of course they can. Tom Stone's a pro at that. But with that being said, this conference is not easy. You know, you look at Iowa State. Iowa State's usually at the bottom of this conference when it comes to standings. Last year, they had an unexpectedly rather good year. This year, even though they're 1-4-1 right now, you still don't want to overlook them, because especially when it comes to them, they're aggressive and they're going to put the fight up against them.
But Linus Road, he's in his 11th season, so between these two coaches, got 23 years of head coaching experience, and Linus Road is trying to get his team back on the right road. Pun intended.
86 wins, the most in program history. He was a prior assistant and associate head coach at Oregon State for 8 years before finally becoming the head coach.
This copyrighted telecast is the property of Red Raider Sports Properties, LLC, under rights granted by Texas Tech University. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, reproduction, or other dissemination or use of this telecast or any part of it without the expressed written consent of Red Raider Sports Properties, LLC, is prohibited. Red Raiders leading 1-0 over Oregon State, and they have the second half coming up here in just a few moments as the teams are headed back out onto the field. And usually when we're looking at lineup changes, it's not exactly the same. Like, you know, you get basketball, it seems like it's the same starting five every time that comes out for the second half. Not that way here.
It's very different with soccer. You can really play a lot of different formations, and when it comes to formations, you want to change to your intel, something Tom Stone has done great at. For Oregon State, it will be interesting to see what they start with here. They came out in a 4-4-2, which just fits their team that's kind of been injury-ridden. So we'll see. It looks like once again they're coming out in a 4-4-2, which worked fairly well for them. They just need to really get an offensive attack going here in the second half.
I'm Jeff Haxton, Bailey Burmaster, and the crew at Texas Tech TV with you here on Fox as we go to work. Red Raiders in the gray, the scarlet numerals, white trim, red socks, and Oregon State in the orange tops.
Good job, Jeff.
White trim as well.
The ball might hit you next time.
I'll catch it. I'll catch it and throw it right back to him. Ball is coming on.
Great stop there by Allison Pantuso when Jade King is coming at her.
Gabby Puente to Sister Gwinney. Cross, I think, was deflected. And it shoots out for a goal kick.
Once again, it's great to get a cross off there, but you really want that ball hard driven near the penalty kick area.
Cassie Hyatt with the goal. Just a little breeze. Haven't had much in the way of wind tonight as Oregon State.
Taylor Lehman there attacking. trying to get something going offensively for the Beavers.
Beavers right to left this half. Red Raider throw in coming. Tech went into that matchup with Florida International on Friday in the wet conditions, the even colder conditions, up 2-0.
Right here, you'll see
They came
Kirsten
away,
Davis.
though, with 4 goals in the second half.
In that Florida International team, fun fact, the head coach, Sherolta Nolan, Tom Stone coached her when he was with the Atlanta Beat back in the day.
Wow. She played on the Canadian national team. Speaking of the Canadian Olympic team, Linus Road, Oregon State coach, 93-96. What is it getting to here, the second half? Red Raiders wore Florida International down with their substitution, their constant pressure. And in that second half, Cassie Hyatt, Kirsten Davis, Demi Kulizakis, and Brittany Martin all had goals against Florida International out of Conference USA. It's going to be harder to get that kind of production tonight against a Pac-12 squad in the Oregon State Beavers as Carly Wickenheiser ranges back.
Yeah.
Uses good vision.
Although Oregon State is last in the Pac-12 right now, the level of competition within the Pac is unreal. Stanford making it to 20 straight NCAA appearances. Then you have Washington State, Colorado, USC, just a lot of powerhouses coming there. We'll see right here. Yeah, a little, caught her foot, it almost looked like.
Both players go up for that one. Lamond got up high for Oregon State. Taylor Lamond, a sophomore, last year had 1 goal, and it was against the UCLA Bruins. 19 shots as a sophomore for Lamond. Wallerich sacrifices her body. Just underway in the second half.
Puente shields the ball there really well to make sure they get the throw in.
Allie Griffin into space. Tripped down hard. Foul against the Beavers.
That's a good
Sydney
call.
Studer.
Definitely was a foul there. Foul there. You'll see right here, she comes from behind and trips her up.
Did not look like it felt good. Again, there is some cushion, but still. Full speed sprint, fall down, not good.
Right, she's Jordan Duke. Try and strike this one straight at goal.
Duke whips it right at the goalie. That's a good job there by Skiba. She didn't catch it cleanly. And one thing that you need to illustrate on those aren't coming at you just perfectly straight. They're usually bouncing around through the air.
Some movement.
Yeah, knuckling almost towards you. Not easy to catch.
No, and Jordan Duke has a cannon of a leg. If she maybe puts that off of the goalkeeper by a yard or two, it might be different outcome.
Then you could be looking at a rebound as well. Jade King, through ball to her.
She's moving down the sideline.
Oh, she can fly.
Oh, she can move. Between her, Allie Griffin, and Kirsten Davis, pick your poison when it comes to speed.
You're looking at the Red Raiders' #1 goal scorer. She has 4 this year on 19 shot attempts, playing in her 40th career match.
And you'll see right there, Allie Griffin was actually double teamed. Reasons why other players are opening up and able to get some goals in for Texas Tech.
Dinasek will come up to throw it in. Red Raiders looking for some separation as Griffin fires wide left.
Being defended really great there. Allie Griffin trying to turn and get the shot off, but not quite on frame.
Skiba directing traffic.
Give Skiba some credit. There's fans back there, and I've heard them heckle before. That's not easy to deal with.
Now, what kind of things would they say?
Usually, you know, they'll count your steps or make noises or just tell you you're not very good at kicking the ball, but Skiba hasn't had that problem tonight.
You're not very good at kicking the ball. That's low. Speaking of low, Jade King just got throttled, and there was no foul play on, says the referee, and Tom Stone is livid. You might be able to see him there, middle left of your screen with his arms.
He's furious, and rightfully so. It looked like she came from behind and had some arm action there.
Red Raiders get possession back.
Tom Stone known for being vocal, especially when it comes to refereeing.
Got a good story on him in a moment. This Lydia had it pride-free, but back to Gabby Puente. Gabby hurdles a potential tackler. Shoots it wide.
Dangerous area, great shot, just not quite on frame.
Here's another look at that play.
Yeah, she trips her up from behind, it looks like to me. Right there. Should be a foul. Tom Stone has every right to sit there and be very vocal about his opinion that it should have been called.
There was a call that didn't go against, or didn't go the way the Red Raiders wanted against Florida International. One of the few things that didn't go Tech's way. And Coach Stone was pretty vocal. He said to the referee, he screamed out, "That is not the rule. You are incorrect." And now a foul against Tech, and the crowd is not happy.
That's the problem with refereeing. Whatever you do, you have to be consistent with it. So maybe that's why you hear some frustration from the Texas Tech fans right there. Didn't get the Jade King call. Then Oregon State gets a soft one there, as you can see right here. Just going up for a header.
Zucchetto had to come out the 6-yard box there to make that play, and no problem at all. And Red Raiders got a goal from Cassie Hyatt. It was outside the 18 box, almost like a corner kick that she carved in the first half. Denisek plowing through difficulty. Beavers turn it though.
Sydney Studer beats Jordan Duke right there beautifully, but Harley Wickenhauser's able to stop her.
Jane Lydiat hit that one too far out in front of potential attackers.
Tom Stone called Jane Lydiat a blessing for this team. Yeah, going back to that replay, you can see she just comes up big with the stop. It's boring.
Wickenheiser. Beautiful run by Gabby Puente. Griffin. Goal! Red Raiders. Allie Griffin with help from Gabby Puente.
First goal of the season for Allie Griffin. She was up for one. Tom Stone, I talked to him before this game. He said he's not worried about her. She's bound to get one, and it happened here tonight against the Oregon State Beavers. It was a beautiful cross by Puente. That's the cross you want, hard and driven into the box.
Here it is again.
She takes a touch and able to follow up and just place it very nicely in the corner. First goal of the season for Allie Griffin.
You know, at that point here, when she's able to muscle through the line of defense right there, she's got it.
She's got it. And Puente, what a great cross from her. That's exactly what you want. Allie Griffin able to take a touch and just finish it in the back of the net.
So Hyatt and Griffin have put the Red Raiders out in front 2-0 here in the second half. This will be an Oregon State throw-in. Look at the domination and shots.
Tom Stone has preached for how many shots there are. He wants goals. And to be able to get 2 goals tonight is great. But when you want to look at it from a standpoint for Oregon State, a 2-0 lead is the most dangerous when you're playing soccer.
Lydiat. Terrific sliding tackle there by Oregon State's Ashley Bonson. Gabby Puente has been a difference maker with her push, and here's Kirsten Davis with the cross, a low cross, and good pickup there by Skiba.
It's what Texas Tech does best by building out of the back, going up the flanks and getting those crosses off. That's what you saw with that Allie Griffin goal from Puente.
Davis running parallel with the far side boundary.
Jade King, so much room to turn there.
King putting on a clinic. Just missed that contact. You could tell she was frustrated with her effort at the end. Not to get to the point where she could try the shot, but the shot itself.
Toni Malone really needed to step up there and get behind Jade tightly so she didn't have so much room to turn, because once she turns, she's going to take you on, and that's what she's best at doing.
Yeah, Tom Stone said at half that Jade King is good at coming in a little later. Maybe not the forefront or the spear of the attack, but great at finishing when she gets down there. That time she was the lead. Lydia had an angle, but it was tackled free by Oregon State. This is Gabby Puente on the Big 12 logo.
Lydia trying to get the header there, but just not really enough momentum to get it into the back of the net. Skiba able to scoop it fairly easy.
There's Gabby Puente. Gabby's appearing in her 38th match for the Red Raiders. So about 30 behind twin sister Gwenny, but again, Gabby gets to come back next year. Gwenny moves on.
Texas Tech just keeping possession with moving the ball within the defensive line and just looking for those spaces to get it in, like right there to Allie Griffin.
Crowd senses the attack as Griffin rolls it
Wide
to Jade
open.
King. King had it cut out.
You got to shoot it there. Plain and simple. She took too many touches. Get that ball and first off and just nail it towards the goal.
Just hesitated a little too much. Kirsten Davis accelerates.
That second gear.
Cleared out by Oregon State. Red Raiders have about 10 girls warming up for potential substitutions. You can see them back there in the
blue
back of the
pennies.
screen there, yeah. Who knows who's going to come out? Skiba handles that one for OSU. Drop kick. Gabby Puente wins that one.
Great header.
Lamont goes down hard. Jordan Duke got a piece of her. Referee says play on. Davis will do that as bodies crash.
Great tackle by Toni Malone. Oregon State struggling a little bit to connect more passes in the second half.
I still have one of the Oregon State players down, and that will
Sydney Studer.
get us a timeout from the referee.
She's been a key player for this midfield for Oregon State. She's a freshman.
She's got good size back there. Daniel Radford, the referee, you can see him walking through the shot as we get Studer attended to.
Never like seeing that. She looks like she's in pain. Looks like it might be her knee.
Seems like at least once a game you get one of these. You're so thankful when you don't. You make it through a game clean without injuries.
Jeff, you mentioned it earlier. It's an aggressive game. And
yeah, that collision was something else. We'll see what happened to Studer here. Yeah. That actually happened quite a while ago. Play went on.
She's up and walking. That's a good point right there. Hopefully we're able to see her back out here. Coach Rhodes said she's a key part to this team.
Get a look at Carly Wickenheiser. 68th match for the Red Raiders.
Just so solid. Went from midfield to center back. Center back, a different breed. Nothing gets behind you. You have to have that mentality that nothing is going in that net. And she's had just that for Texas Tech and has a great clearance on her as well.
Yeah, Wickenheiser, 52nd start. There's Tom Stone. Rarely keeps the same wardrobe from half to half.
Looked a little unpleased there.
He went with a long sleeve, just had the polo on in the first half. Long sleeve it up for the second half.
It's gotten a little chilly out here. Not bad.
Yeah. That breeze kind of cooling things off.
Speaking
that
of
breeze that we have is at the back of the Red Raiders for half 2.
And speaking of the weather, Coach Rhodes said he was worried about getting it here and it being very hot for his players, but it turned out fairly nice.
I've been to Corvallis one time, and it was about November, about 55 degrees and cloudy, and just kind of stayed that way up there. And
great ball by Allie Griffin there.
It's kind of a cool trip. Got to see Portland. The ball is headed towards the goal, but Denisek turned away. Brooke, though, and she comes up for a reason.
Yeah. Allie Griffin, it looked like Brooke called her off that, saying let it go so she could get the shot on goal. Maybe it looked like she had a better chance instead of Allie Griffin having to turn and shoot. Shots on goal, 15-1. Not a lot of offensive power coming from Oregon State. A lot coming from Texas Tech.
Denisek does so much for this team. Involved in almost every part of the machine. Goals from Cassie Hyatt and Allie Griffin. Her first of the year. She was approaching the 20-shot mark. Allie got it.
Tom Stone saying before the game she was bound to get one sooner or later.
Got it tonight. 20 Puente, good hustle. Also good hustle from Oregon State's Taylor Liddell, kinesiology major, team defensive MVP of her high school last year. Liddell from Camarillo, California, Moore Park High School. Tried to thread the needle there, but right into Gwenny Puente. And we'll go all the way back to the keeper, Skiba. That one's impossible to handle.
Yes, it is.
Raider power chant here on Sunday night.
Ashley Fonson and Jade King getting into it a little bit there.
Quick throw in. Big hit. Carly Wickenheiser just wiped out Shea O'Connor.
Called for it. This is an opportunity Oregon State needs to capitalize on if they want to get back in this game.
O'Connor wears the number 11. She's the one that got hit. 19 matches as a freshman. This year, started 5 of 7 matches, 5 shots, 4 on goal, and 3 yellow cards. She'll get in the mix.
She will. Oregon State's pushed 10 players forward, trying to get this in the back of the net, but it's clear.
That will be an Oregon State throw, and if Davis is able to steer that one, you might have a counterattack coming. Instead, another quick throw in. The pace has been quickened. That was Kate Evans who threw it in. Contact in the 18 box. Allie Griffin has it in space. Terrific pass to Gwenny Puente. Back to Jade King. Red Raiders connecting on passes. Oh, King tried to slide one back to Griffin, but it was denied. Davis knocked away. That's launched over the crossbar.
Got to watch out for Duke's leg.
You called it.
Nail it from anywhere.
20 minutes ago, you said that. But there's a howitzer coming. Here it is.
Whips back just a little bit over. A couple of those are bound to sink in sooner or later. She's already had one this season.
Now, how do you go about turning that over? Making the spin go down off the foot from there.
You want to use your laces, and it's really important. That's where you're striking and getting your power from. But also, when you lean back a little bit, that's what gets the ball up. So when you see some girls strike it too much and they lean back and it goes over, sometimes you just need to get over the ball a little bit more.
Sounds really difficult. Crowd is into it tonight, and great to hear them. Red Raiders currently 16th in attendance when it comes to this game that goes coast to coast. Most everybody plays it.
A little shoving going on right there. A little 1-2 action there for Oregon State.
Allie Griffin hits that with beautiful pace.
Great ball to Kirsten Davis, who can now take it up the flank. Griffin's open in the middle.
Davis comes back middle. Davis. Puente! Goal! Red Raiders, Gwenny Puente!
You can't draw it up better than that, Jeff. That's exactly how Tom Stone wants to play this game.
It's a second half barrage, and Tom Stone is a happy camper.
You can see it on his face. That's what you practice. That is exactly what he wants. You build from the back and you get down on the flanks. You'll see it here. Kirsten Davis on the flank, gets the ball on the ground cross to Puente, who just finishes it. That is actually a drill that is in their pregame warm-up. You know, we've kind of harped on how you want those crosses served. Not in the air, on the ground, driven. Puente's ready for it. Unfortunately, Kaylin Freed is on the other side of Puente, which makes it easy for her to finish.
9th career goal for Gwenny Puente. That's the first goal for her this season. Forward from Nolan Catholic High School in Fort Worth, Texas. Well, that was pretty to watch. Puente, I think, just out-hustled everybody there. She wanted it more.
Well, that's what the Puente sisters do. That's why Tom Stone loves having them on the field, because they just hustle, hustle, and hustle, and it paid off there.
That's Kirsten Davis' second assist of her career, and this year she flipped it across to Puente.
And in this 4-1-3-2 they play with Kirsten Davis on the outside, that is why there are so many goals going across to other forwards and midfielders, because she's able to be creative on those outsides, take on the players, and get great crosses off for Texas Tech.
Kate Evans trying to handle it amongst 3 gray jerseys.
Great through ball there.
There's an opportunity. Nearly an old goal.
Allison Pantuso able to stop it there and get it cleared.
Gabby Puente with the header.
Safe to say Texas Tech is feeling it right now and has the momentum to move the ball offensively.
You know, they're so decisive with passes and shots. And Allie Griffin chopped down hard in the box.
You saw that coming with how she was tackled from across, and Allie Griffin going down. You'll see it right here.
It's red. Yellow.
Yellow.
Well, I saw him take out the cards, and there was a red one there.
She was getting ready to strike this one, and they just come across and tackle her. It's a PK.
Penalty kick coming for Allie Griffin.
Could have second goal of the season for her.
Yellow card on Taylor Liddell, her second yellow card of the season. This would essentially turn out the lights. It took Griffin 19 shots to get her first goal. She's got another. Allie Griffin, goal number 2 on the night.
Skiba got her hands on it, which is hard to do to read which way she's going, but the power just too much, and Allie Griffin able to get her second goal of the night and of the season.
And now Stone will start running subs in. Allie Griffin.
Just nice placement there. A lot of power behind it. Skiba knew she had her hands on it, but just unable to stop it.
What a night and weekend for the Red Raiders. Let's not forget that Friday was senior night, and we'll get into why Tom Stone made the decision way back when the scheduling on to do senior night, not on your last home game. It's tucked up too close to the Big 12 tournament. Then you're asking the parents to get in here on a Thursday. You know most of the parents want to go to the Big 12 tournament. You find a weekend where there's a football game and 2 matches, and the parents get to watch senior night on Friday, probably go to the football game if they would like to on Saturday, and then come back here on Sunday. It's a pretty good plan. Pomp and circumstance, maybe not as much as that last game, but you kind of get it out of the way. You still get to celebrate your tremendous senior class. I kind of like it.
It's a great movement, especially with the last game of the season being on a Thursday against Texas.
Jade King nearly tallies goal number 5 as it sweeps wide left.
Last game of the season usually on a Friday or Sunday, but it's because the Big 12 tournament has changed their format. The first weekend will just be the quarterfinals, and then the top 4 teams come back the next following weekend. So there's a week between the quarterfinals and then the semis and the finals.
A lot of time. Oregon State doesn't have a lot of time left, just 21 minutes. Jade King.
Just putting the pressure on exactly what you need to do. Allison Pantuso able to clear it.
(4-0) Red Raiders.
Jeff Haxton having to kill a couple mosquitoes up here.
Just call me the exterminator. That's me. That's what happens. You finally get some rain. You got to deal with those bugs.
Tom Stone getting some subs ready as well.
Yeah, this is the time. Your stars have shined. They've been able to get their run. You mentioned it, and we've talked about it quite a bit. You had a match not long ago. You've got your run. Let's let the other girls have some fun.
Exactly. Just a great weekend to get a lot of people in, get some minutes, because you never know. You don't want it to happen, but who could go down and who will have to fill those gaps. So great learning experience for some young players, too.
Well, a few times tonight we've seen that, where you've had to go back to the keeper. That was Wickenheiser.
Weinert was really putting the pressure on there, trying to get to it, make something happen for these Oregon State Beavers.
Ball just spinning in front of Allie Griffin. Jarred out. OSU throw in. Big hug here for Gwenny Puente. And for the first time, Alyssa Delois. I enjoy watching her play. Big hug there from Tom Stone. Gwenny Puente finishes her night.
Savannah Jones in as well.
Savannah Jones had goal number 2 against Florida International in the 38th minute.
Despite the subs, you'll still see the exact same thing. They're very good at what they do, which is moving that ball across the defensive line and getting the ball forward.
We've dipped under 20 minutes to play in the second half. Red Raiders led just 1-0 at intermission. Oregon State has been knocked off by Stony Brook, Clemson, Kansas, Nebraska, Gonzaga. The Clemson and Stony Brook losses were tight. Just 1 goal separated the sides. But, KU and Nebraska 3-0 apiece.
Those Kansas and Nebraska teams very good as well.
Emery Wallerich. Sydney Studer back. That's good to see. She was dinged up earlier. But back out there right now. Wickenheiser hits it to the moon. It's bounced out of here to a young lady. We're happy she made the play.
Back in the match for the Red Raiders, number 21,
Cassie Hyatt. Coming back on. There she is. Boy, how good is she going to be, Bailey?
She's going to be very, very good. She's just so extremely athletic. She's tall. She can move. She's one of those players. She has such long legs that even when she gets beat, she's able to catch up and get back in form to stop them again.
That was Allie Griffin looking for the hat trick.
Cassie's also naturally a center back, but they've moved her to outside. So it will be interesting to see if she stays at that outside position in years to come or move back to center back.
20-1 in shot attempts in favor of the home team, the Red Raiders.
Stone said that conversion between shots on goal and what goes back into the net, he has to be pleased with it tonight. 4 goals, 6 coming from Florida International. That's 10 goals in this weekend alone.
I was looking at Oregon State's corner kick numbers. They had 12. The Red Raiders had that many Friday night against Florida International.
Just tells you they're a young team. They've struggled to get some offensive power, but quite the shot there by Studer.
Studer just about did it. Zucchetto maybe grazed it with her right hand to keep it from going in, and now the Red Raiders wanted to counter, but it's headed back towards Oregon State on their attack. Fonson.
Zucchetto probably happy to have a crossbar there.
What a great
strike.
Kick.
Wow.
Looking at it again, does she get a hand on it? I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think it's the crossbar. She gets close, but not quite.
Studer whipped that left leg through there, put some hook spin on it, and just about put Oregon State on the board.
20 shots for Texas Tech, 3 for Oregon State. That usually shows how much possession each team has had throughout the game as well.
Red Raiders want a clean sheet here. They've done it against, all the way back to the exhibition with Denver, New Mexico, Pepperdine, Abilene Christian, and Florida International.
Foul here on Allie Griffin. Yeah, she's tripped up there. Sydney Studer just gets her foot on her foot and trips her up, able to get a free kick.
Charlotte Teeter started the season with a goal against the New Mexico Lobos. Header.
Great ball there. Cassie Hyatt, probably the tallest person on the field, able to get a head on it, just not quite on frame. Placement of the ball fairly well, maybe a little deeper if you want it perfect, but the fact Cassie's able to get on it there on the backside.
Harry Heiberger is in. You see the number 27. Heiberger's played her fair share of soccer here at Tech. Red Raiders lead 4-0. Time running out for the ladies from Corvallis. Heiberger appearing in her 24th. Make that 42nd match overall. She has 23 starts, a goal and an assist in her career. She is from Katy, Texas. Mary Heiberger. That was her putting a head on it towards Allie Griffin.
Big bounce there on the ball.
Foul against Oregon State. Gabby Puente, I think, gave this team a terrific boost when she came in the second half. Just a little undercut.
Kate Evans trying to go up there and just gives her a little nudge.
Jeff Haxton and Bailey Burmaster with you here on Texas Tech TV on Fox. Thank you for dialing us up. It's been all Red Raiders.
Makes its way through.
A little miscommunication that time.
Into the match for the
Jade King, her night is over with. Let's get a good look at Skiba. Hey, she's just a freshman.
Yeah, there's a learning curve there, but she's done a good job overall. This team just very, very young for Oregon State. 2 seniors, one who transferred in on her junior year.
Stutter step and strike. It's got right to left spin on it. Headed by Savannah Jones. Savannah had a goal against Florida International. Assisted by Charlotte Teeter back on Friday. 10 goals on the weekend. Tom Stone, heard from him leading up to this weekend. He talked about how important it was after the loss to Boston College. He even said something to the effect, and I'm paraphrasing, save our season, get our season on track. He knows that if you come and lose these non-conference games on your home turf, that will, months from now, put a shiner on your NCAA resume.
It's important to see how you respond to your first loss of the season. And I think you could say Texas Tech has responded fairly well with that 6-0 win over Florida International and how this game is going right now.
Teeter and Liddell crashed together. Referee says play on. Goals tonight for the Red Raiders. Hyatt, Griffin, Puente, Griffin. Gwenny Puente with the goal.
You know how to tell them apart?
I don't know. I have a knack for it. I can't explain it, but when I see them, I know who's who.
I was told by the twins specifically at their media day, Gwenny just has a little bit rounder of a face.
Okay. Well, and usually our perspective is from quite a ways away. I don't know, there's just something about them. You can just barely tell who's who because they're close now. I mean, they are.
Jersey number helps too.
Yeah, a little bit. 18 and 19, they're close enough to where those are hard to discern. Cleared by Oregon State.
Allison Pantuso on that clearance. This back line has had their hand full tonight.
Into the match for the Red Raiders, number 8, Brittany Martin.
Oregon State will next host Portland on September 16th. They had a week off before this match.
Yeah, they didn't play Friday. Texas Tech did have a game Friday, but Oregon State probably came into this game with hopefully what you would think fresher legs. But you still have to travel. Coach Rhodes said they flew from Denver and then Denver into Lubbock. That's a long haul.
Allie Griffin, you saw her just go out. Her night is over with. Brittany Martin is in. Martin had a goal against Florida International late. Brittany from Southlake. Griffin from Southlake. Hyatt keeps it in play. What a cross. Almost another goal from the exact same spot. Now, that was in the first half, so take that spot where she kicked it from, put it on the other end, and that's where the goal was from, right there.
Very similar, very, very similar. Just
she almost got it again.
This one a little more over the crossbar. Give some credit to this Oregon State defense. Despite being down 4, they are still rallying. Their offense still trying to produce something up top.
Yeah, this second half especially has been played all down here where the ball is. Tech left to right, leaning on Oregon State. Applying almost constant pressure.
A big amount of possession for Texas Tech in the second half.
Teeter wedged her left foot in there. Savannah Jones. Savannah with space. Flips it too far out in front of Koulizakis.
Yeah, she could have kept going forward down the middle. She still had some room and maybe even take on that player.
Think about the miles that you run over a career. I'm looking at Allison Pantuso. Tonight is her 62nd match for Oregon State. She wears number 17, a midfielder for the Beavers. Over 3,800 minutes.
She's played every game since arriving on campus. There's a reason she's a leader for this team and definitely there on the back line.
You have to be tough, mentally, physically, and really in condition.
Keyword condition there. It's all key to being able to play the game at this level.
Red Raider corner kick coming. This is the 4th corner of the night for Tech. Savannah Jones steps away and she'll take it. Watch for Teeter. Wide of her. Foul against the Red Raiders. Teeter there looked like she was in the shallow end of the pool there in summertime, and you're horsing around and somebody dunks you. Watch this.
Yeah, she's trying to get to it, but just on top of her, unable to get it. You got to believe when they take corners like that, they're looking for those big, tall players like Cassie Hyatt.
Believe it or not, the fans are trying to get the wave going, and it's in pretty good shape over there in the grandstand. That's when you're up 4-0 and you're a little bored.
Are you a fan of the wave?
No. But
some people aren't.
When you're bored, sure, get after it.
It's not for others, it's for the fans.
Yeah. I don't know if you can see that guy in the cape up there, that super fan Eric. And he has got that place having some fun.
He's been at almost every game. I see him.
He was here an hour and a half before the match.
He was here before I was here.
Yeah. He takes it seriously. He'll be at volleyball, all of it. We'll have volleyball matches here on Fox coming in October. It's a fun time of year. Fall sports really in gear now. Classes have been underway for a couple weeks. Big hop to Hyatt. Tony Malone. Over to Ashley Fonson and down the right side. Quick throw in coming here for the Beavers. They are running out of time.
Coach Rode pleased with how his team fights when they're dealing with adversity. And you can see that even with a little over 5 minutes to go, they're still trying to produce something offensively. Suter even had that great shot on goal.
She was half a foot from striking with the left just a couple minutes ago. Heiberger. Play it back to Wickenheiser. Talked about Oregon State's upcoming games. The Red Raiders about to hit the road. We're about to get hit.
I tried to save you.
I ducked instinctively there.
I tried to catch it, but I missed it.
We are safe. Safe.
I didn't want it to hit your beautiful face, Jeff.
Oh, yes. Yes. I heard you say, it's coming our way.
I said, watch out, and I think I screamed, so.
Oh, that's good stuff. Quite a thud up here. On the road to CSU Northridge and at Loyola Marymount. It's coming up for the Red Raiders. Again, they have all kinds of success, usually heading out to California.
There you are. You see, I tried to team effort there to stop you, but to stop it from hitting you, but just couldn't get to it. Better with my feet than my hands.
Oh, man.
See what foul here. Yeah, Bourne getting tugged fairly hard right there. Ooh, she fell weird on her knee, it looked like.
In the halfway. It's actually going to be pushes where he's going to stay.
Yeah, a little over 4 minutes to go, and things getting a little chippy. Oregon State not backing down. Bourne seems to be okay there.
Clock winds again. 4:07 left.
Kate Evans just dribbling towards the middle.
Quite a run. Evans, number 10, you saw go by in a blur there. She started her career in Maine. At Maine, she was a Black Bear. And in 2015, made the America East All-Championship team. Scored 1 goal while at Maine, and then went as far cross-country as you can.
One of 2 seniors on this team, and she's the one that transferred in her junior year.
Had a little contact there earlier. It's chipped up high. Studer, by far, has the best look tonight for Oregon State. She's in hot pursuit.
She's all over this field. She gets back defensively, tries to make things happen offensively. Something they've struggled to do. Only scored 10 goals last season, fewest since 2014.
Rose has an opportunity, but shoots high on the rebound.
Skiba's got to hold on to that. That could have gone a lot differently.
Yeah, Jen Rose there, the midfielder, as you see, comes up here and she's like, okay, I got a good look. And then this is early Christmas present here, but just high.
Yeah, she's trying to reach for it, and when she reaches, she pulls back, which causes the ball to go over the goal. You'll see it right here, come through. It's too high.
Oregon State with a terrific opportunity. Goal, Beavers.
That's Weinert. She's the forward you had to watch out for. We've talked about them struggling offensively, but she's able to run there and get that one chipped over. You'll see it right here. Just nice little chip. Great placement over Zucchetto.
Just the first goal of the night for Oregon State. 3rd goal of the year that Marissa has allowed. Now 4th.
Yeah, and you see her grab the ball immediately out of the back of the net and take it to the center line to get going again. That just shows you the resiliency of this team to keep fighting through adversity. .135 left. Another yellow card out here. 2nd of the night.
Not much to see on that one.
I don't know if that was a yellow.
When we're done, we'll have our player of the game. Stay tuned for that as we cruise toward the final here. A clean sheet not going to happen for the Red Raiders, but 4 goals, 3 of them coming in the second half. That will go for a goal kick for Skiba. Red Raiders going to move to 6-1.
And they go on the road, which is never easy no matter who you're playing. Traveling is not easy.
.30 seconds left. Lifted down into the corner. And the ladies are at that point now where it's play it out time. You see the goals at the top. Hyatt, Griffin, Quinny Puente, Griffin. Weinert with the goal in the 89th minute. Now, that's good for Oregon State. They get that goal in. Don't completely come up empty-handed here on this road trip.
Build some confidence going into next week.
That's it. Red Raiders win 4-1 over Oregon State. We will take a timeout from John Walker Soccer Complex. When we come back, our player of the game, Tech 4, Oregon State 1.
100 years ago, a group of pioneering doctors successfully established our first hospital, and we've been keeping Lubbock healthy ever since. This year, we celebrate a century of faith, healing, and medical milestones. We've been known by different names, but one thing never changes: our commitment to caring for your body, mind, and spirit. So here's to the next 100 years, Lubbock. It's been a pleasure helping you grow up so healthy and strong. Covenant Health.
After being drafted to the NFL in 2014, Texas Tech tight end Jay Samaro didn't have to choose between his educational goals and his career. He enrolled in Texas Tech's e-learning programs, pursuing his education on his own schedule. Whether training, playing, or traveling, Amaro could work on his degree from anywhere. The flexibility of the online program allowed Amaro to earn his degree while accomplishing his NFL dream. Texas Tech's worldwide e-learning, bringing Texas Tech University to wherever you are.
It's done here at John Walker Soccer Complex. The Red Raiders defeat Oregon State with a terrific offensive attack in the second half, especially 4-1. Red Raiders move to 6-1, 1-6 for Oregon State. It is time for your Red Raider Club player of the game. Bailey Burmaster, where do you go?
It is none other than sophomore Allie Griffin, leading scorer last year. Hadn't had one this season until today. She had two. Great cross there by Puente to get Allie the touch. Then she has the PK, where she's able to put enough pace on and get it to the corner to just slice it in. You know, talk to Coach Stone. He said he realizes she hasn't had a goal, but don't panic. She's going to keep pushing forward. She's getting double teamed, sometimes even triple teamed when they play people. But tonight, she's able to get 2 goals, 7 shots, played a total 71 minutes. Such an offensive powerhouse for Texas Tech.
Allie Griffin is your player of the game, brought to you by the Red Raider Club. Your support, their effort, our fearless champions. Allie right there, terrific job. Taking a look at the final numbers. Domination for Tech.
Wow, 23 shots. That's huge. Coach Stone preaching that with those shots, he wants to get goals. You see that tonight. 23 shots, 13 shots on goal, 4 in the back of the net to give them the win over Oregon State.
Yeah, the Red Raiders were fantastic. Let's send it to Matt Micah, who's got Coach Stone.
Coach, big victory. Your offense exploded in the second half. What were you able to do that was so effective?
You know, I just think the lid came off this weekend. That's 10 goals in 2 games. Better combination play up front. More people getting involved. Our outside backs were great. And, you know, we were just missing chances early on that were tough to describe. They were so easy, and we finished those this weekend. And sometimes that's the case with forwards, you know. They just need to see it go into the net, and then it all of a sudden becomes natural again.
Thank you so much. Congrats on the victory.
Thank you.
Thank you, Matt and Coach Stone. 12th year, piling up the victories, and for Coach Stone tonight, win 132. Bailey, good night for the Red Raiders overall.
Great night, great weekend for the Red Raiders. This is exactly what you want as you head into a weekend on the road, and then Big 12 conference play begins.
Up next for the Red Raiders, they will travel to CSU Northridge. That'll be on September 13th. Then they'll stay out for Loyola Marymount LMU on September 16th. All smiles there from our ladies, and they did a terrific job tonight. That will do it for tonight's game. Join us again Sunday, September 23rd, as the Red Raiders host the Iowa State Cyclones. For Bailey Burmaster and the rest of our crew at Texas Tech TV on Fox, I'm Jeff Haxton. Guns up and good night from Lubbock.